big man, Bob Conner, along with Roddy Piper. Welcome again to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Roddy, boy, I tell you, we got a great program, and we're going to see some outstanding matches.
We've got the best wrestlers I have ever seen on a wrestling program right now, and we have Sergeant Slaughter, Ivan Koloff, we have me, which is tremendous. Look at mentioning Sergeant.
Speaking of Sergeant Slaughter.
That's right. You know, I've stirred up the hornet's nest, and I understand there's a few wrestlers out there that are a little upset with Sergeant Slaughter. Ric Flair is coming back. Wahoo McDaniels is coming back. Ricky Steamboat wants Sergeant Slaughter. Jake the Snake Roberts wants Sergeant Slaughter. Well, let me tell you, wrestlers, Sergeant Slaughter's here, and he was here when you left, and he'll be here when you're on your way out again. So I'll be waiting to hear from you.
Roddy, some other guys, Ole Anderson,
That's
Stan
confidence,
Hansen.
right? That's
right.
confidence.
That is.
That's why it's you. Now here is a great man.
Ivan
proud.
Ivan Koloff.
Same here, Roddy Piper. You know, Cardwell, I hear your comments out there, and you don't have any more respect American than any of these other people out there. Colin Koloff, bald-headed geek, saying, go back to Russia, USA, USA. I don't like this one bit, and I don't like you, Roddy, one bit. There you go.
Yes, sir, Roddy Piper. There he is in the ring right now. Jimmy Valiant.
He's playing with fire here, guys. He shouldn't be playing with Koloff. Now, I'm telling you, he said, get the ring, he's down, but he's not looking.
Jimmy Valiant's up to the ring now for action in our opening match. All right, and Roddy Piper, we're going to see, as all the fans are going to see, just what Jimmy Valiant can do, and it's plenty. He can do plenty in that ring.
Hey, I'm not saying that Jimmy Valiant is not a great wrestler. Yes, I'm saying he's not a great wrestler. He's a great ballroom. Look at that. He's a great ballroom brawler. But when you're talking about a guy like Ivan Koloff, well, that was a good wrestling move. Now the nice leg sweep. Okay,
yes,
so he's got some intelligence. You're talking the Russian Bear. You're talking a guy that can go 90 minutes without stopping, without taking breath. Now, yeah, he turns his back on Ivan Koloff like that. He's going to get his face kicked in, mister.
Steve Seibert comes right back in, goes at him, and hey, Valiant went right to his face, right to his eyes.
Well, you see, this is the thing now. If these two gentlemen were to have a match, Ivan Koloff and Jimmy Valiant, you're not looking at a wrestling match. You're going to be looking at a couple of guys that are eye gouging. You're going to be seeing something that you've never, ever seen before. That's why the promotion, in my estimation, should keep these guys apart, because someone is going to get hurt. Seriously, look at that.
Hard into the turnbuckle goes Steve Seibert. And look, Valiant right on top of him. He's not going to give him any breathing
Oh, he's vicious. He's very vicious, but so is Ivan Koloff. You're going to run into a situation, you put two pit bull terriers in there, mister, and I know that Ivan Koloff is going to come out on top, and I know what I'm talking about. Nobody can touch that.
Elbow. Floors Seibert. Elbow smash. 2, 3 is Valiant. Counts him out. All right, keep going.
I'd like to see it.
Good things about that.
I'd like to see it sizzle with that southern music there.
All right, and with this elbow smash right there, watch it. 1, 2, 3. It's all over right here with our winner, Jimmy Valiant. We'll be back. We'll have more action right after we take this time out. Here he is, Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy.
Woo! Let's see how I feel good, brother. Yes, sir, baby. How you feeling, baby?
Glad to hear what Ivan Koloff said.
Yeah, I heard it. I want to talk to my people. I want to talk to the people on the street, baby. Listen, people. Ivan Koloff, you ain't got a chance, brother, because the people behind the boogeyman. I don't care if it's Hong Kong. I don't care if it's Singapore, Charlotte. I don't care if it's Richmond, Greensboro, anywhere. When I get you, Daddy, it's going to be all over. 1, 2, 3. Boogie! Boogie!
Microphone. Jake, I tell you, he's ready, Jake.
He's the most exciting man I've ever seen, and I think he's got the right idea. Because you see what's been happening is guys have been coming on people, doing things to people. You got Slaughter with his 2 goofs, the 2 privates, Cornoodle and Nelson. Speak of the devil, there he is right now. I'll tell you something. One of these days we're going to make a mistake. And that mistake is this. He's going to keep putting those guys in there, and they're going to have to face somebody that really means something. I'm talking about the hometown boy, Ric Flair. That's right. Flair's going to put the title aside, Slaughter. He's putting the title aside, and he's coming back to Charlotte because that's his home. The Queen City's always been his home. And he's going to take care of some serious business, and that's some little rat killing. Cure a little of this skullduggery. Stop this thing. There's no need for it. You got Anderson and Hansen. They're trying to tear everybody up, ripping people apart. They're not trying to beat people no more. They're trying to hurt people and cripple them.
And
I'm
one
here
of
to
them is
say,
Slaughter. We got him in the ring, too, right now,
He's
Jake.
going to make the big mistake soon.
We're going to watch him in action, the U.S. heavyweight champ. All right, fans, Sergeant Slaughter. And as you watch him in the ring, he goes over to the corner as Jake Roberts is going out of the studio so that he can have a few words with Roberts. Not only a few words, and Roddy Piper, you can just see the darts between the eyes of Sergeant Slaughter and Jake Roberts. That's the hatred between those two.
Well, I don't know so much that there's hatred because Sergeant Slaughter up there, he don't have to hate. He's nothing but a machine, you see. He doesn't think love, hate. He thinks nothing but destruction. You know what you're talking about. Sergeant Slaughter and Ole Anderson have been training together as a tag team. Now, just a second, think about that. The United States heavyweight champion, the best wrestler, single wrestler that we have, right? Other than myself. Ole Anderson, half the world tag team champions together. Now look at this man in action.
I tell you, when you even think of Sergeant Slaughter and when you think of he and Ole Anderson together, it just got to send shivers right down your spine. The destruction that they can cause in the ring.
Not my spine, but it would absolutely send shivers. One thing they said, I heard Jake the Snake say,
Look at Ron Ritchie, young Ron Ritchie in there. He just hit Sergeant Slaughter with a couple of powerful blows. Slaughter didn't even back him up.
Look at
He's
these guys
such a
go.
big, powerful man, Piper. He's a big, strong, powerful individual.
And Ritchie ain't no slouch himself there, is he now? You see, that's what's so tremendous about this. The competitors they have, if you could realize how good Ron Ritchie is, you would know how good Sergeant Slaughter is, because he's handling them like potatoes now. But now what have we got here? Now Jake the Snake and Ric Flair, they're thinking about tagging up. What have they got going for them? Huh? They said Ric Flair's putting his title aside. You know what it is? Ric Flair has got something to prove. He thinks that, well, I'm going to come home sometime, and I'm going to get in that ring and show, and he's going to have all kinds of people there screaming and cheering, trying to prove something. But let me tell you something. Sergeant Slaughter and Ole Anderson are not the people that prove things with. I'm telling you, they're animals.
I'll buy that statement. They are that. They are animals. Animals in that ring.
Look at
and
that.
you're watching one of them right now, Slaughter, as he's got that arm in. He is really twisting and putting the pressure to that arm. He could pop that shoulder right out now.
It's incredible. From this $25,000 tournament that they had before, the wrestlers got in such tremendous shape, finally honed just like a World Series, so finally honed. But what developed out of that was some tremendous animosity between people, like Koloff and Valiant, for instance. Valiant kind of proves a boogie-woogie man. That don't scare Ivan Koloff in the least. Look at this man right
Slaughter,
here.
by the hair, just slams him right back into the corner.
Whoa! Did you see that? Look at Ritchie.
That's a vicious blow. I don't see how Ritchie can even stand up after a blow like
Any
that.
normal man on the street right now would say, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Look at them battling. Beautiful. Look at that Sergeant go.
Another tremendous blow from Slaughter. As he has Ritchie back into the corner, and he stayed right after him.
So what would Jake the Snake and Ric Flair have that would be an asset to them? Okay, so Snake is fast, right? So Flair is strong, right? You got two men here that are not only, maybe not quite as fast, but they've got them outweighed by a good 40 pounds. I'm telling you, there's going to be some terrible dynamite happen here, brother. Brother, you ain't my brother.
There's another tremendous blow across the chest now of Ron Ritchie. He may be setting him up right here for the Cobra Clutch.
You know what he's doing. You notice where he's hitting him. He's hitting him right in the sternum. And hitting him in the sternum like that, he's taking the wind away, taking the stamina away. Also notice the chin lock. Burying the head against his own belly, pushing the head down. Look at that. Completely taking the air away.
Powerful blow.
So you're exactly right, Mr. Cottle. He's setting him up for the Cobra Clutch. Exactly right. You're perfect, Mr. Cottle.
Hard right hand. Richie Slaughter's in the rope, trying to fight his way out of it. Those blows that Slaughter are landing are just, fans, I can't tell you how powerful they are. I don't see what's holding Richie up. Look at Slaughter. He just keeps coming.
Beautiful. You tell me those fellas aren't tough. You tell me Sergeant Slaughter and Ole Anderson wouldn't make a
You could hit Slaughter with a baseball bat right now, and I don't think you can stop him.
Incredible. Incredible athletes.
Elbow to the back of the head. Richie right into the elbow. Drives him
Unbelievable.
into the rope.
You see, if him and Anderson were to tag up, they have something to offer. I love it! I love it! Look at that! Boy, did he set him up perfect for that.
And here's a Cobra Clutch.
There it is! Richie, go for the ropes. That's the only way out right now. Go for the ropes.
There's no way he can get to the ropes from there.
I can see, is that Ric Flair in there?
Oh, it's Ron Ritchie, and Ron Ritchie is going to be out
There's
right
a one.
here. Referee
There's
Stu
a
Schwartz checking
one
him.
and the two and the three.
After
There
that
you go.
tremendous clothesline, no
Beautiful.
way he was going to get up.
Flair is finished. I mean, Richie. Absolutely perfect victory. I want you to see a little head hunting here, man. I want you to see as he throws Flair in the ropes, or Roberts, look at the little head hunting here. That'll bring some chills to you. What? That's beautiful, Mr. Cottle, isn't it? Just turns me on.
Well, there's no doubt about that. It sure does. Sergeant Slaughter just went out. We're going to try to get Slaughter over here, Roddy Piper, because we wanted to talk to Sergeant Slaughter for just a moment right here, too. But I tell you, after the way he just annihilated Ron Ritchie in that ring, and here is Sergeant Slaughter right now, and that was Ron Ritchie in the ring. I got to say to you, what if that had been Ric Flair up there, Sergeant Slaughter?
He'd still be on the mat if that was Ric Flair. I took it easy on this kid here, this punk. You know, I've been getting Ric Flairs. I've been getting Ricky Steamboats, Jake Roberts. I've had him up to here, especially Wahoo McDaniels. But Ric Flair, you want to come out here and say that you're really upset that I took advantage of you and I whipped you like a dog with my cartridge belt. It's just your luck.
I think
Your luck that Ricky Steamboat came in to help you. There won't be any Ricky Steamboat this time.
Sergeant
You
Slaughter,
and Jake Roberts against myself.
you and Ole Anderson are in trouble.
There's no trouble. If anybody's in trouble, it's Ric Flair and Jake the Snake Roberts, because Ole Anderson is probably the toughest individual I've ever seen besides myself. The man does not give up. He does not know what pain is, but he sure knows how to put pain on somebody. And when we get done with you, Ric Flair, Nature Boy, Jake the Snake Roberts, don't you interrupt me.
We've got some words from Ric Flair, and I know the fans want to hear him,
Well,
and the
let's hear
fans
him.
want to see him.
I've asked Crockett Promotions to please bring me back to the Carolinas as fast as you can put Ric Flair in an airplane. Take the World Championship and put it on a shelf. Because I want Ole Anderson, and I want Slaughter, and I want Piper, and I want Gene Anderson, and I want Ninja. I want all of them. Can you imagine me in Miami, Florida? Now, Ole Anderson, you had no business coming to Miami. You had no business jumping in that ring. You had no business putting 11 stitches in my eye. You had no business breaking a finger in my hand. You had no business putting 12 stitches here. But Ole and Piper and all of you, remember, if it's a tag team, if it's a six-man, it makes no difference. Ric Flair is coming back to the Carolinas to put you guys where you belong, in the hospital.
Here's the Nature Boy.
I'm really glad to see Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, is worked up. He's hot. He's hot at Sergeant Slaughter, and that's the way I want it. That's what I did to you, Ric Flair. I got you out of being Mr. Nice Guy. I want you in there as mad as you can be, because I don't want any excuses when you go down.
All right, fans, we'll be back right after we take time out for this message. All right, fans, at the bell, and right now you're going to watch one of the top young talents in professional wrestling in this match, young Terry Taylor, as he goes against Big Mike Miller.
Yes, absolutely. He was a rookie of the year. Right now, I think Terry Taylor has not really found himself as what he's doing, I'm not saying that, is what he's doing is he's just stalling just a little bit here, gaining all the experience he can, which is smart who is ever managing him, because they're not letting him get into any fights where he's going to be so overmatched that it's, you know, you can kill an athlete from doing that. A lot of boxers and wrestlers, when they come up, they destroy them.
I'm not so sure you could really overmatch this young man, Piper.
You're not?
No, I mean, he's
That's
such a whale of an athlete.
Yes, he is, but that's why you don't wrestle. You see, he's just coming up. I am sure you can. I am. But I'll tell you one thing. He's a nice enough kid. I'll tell you one. You know, mister, this is things like this. Look at, oh!
Crisscross.
I was excited.
There goes Miller over and hip
Nice
toss.
hip toss.
Yes, sir.
What an arm drag that was.
What a hip
Perfectly
toss and that
executed.
arm drag. Now, right there, that shows you just how far this young man has come. Tremendous moves that he put on Mike Miller.
Absolutely tremendous. Miller thinking. You know, there's a good distraction there. Is just brushing the hair, brushing the hands across the nose. That's a good distraction that Miller used. Good thinking. Good thinking. I'd like to say something too, you know, whether you like me or not, which I don't really care, because I ain't wild about a lot of people. But you know, the people that watch NWA wrestling here on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling does do some tremendous things. It brings out some tremendous athletes, but not only that, it does things for communities. And I'd like to say one thing that they're going to do is on March the 23rd, they have a barbecue at Crockett Park strictly for the crippled,
That's in Charlotte.
crippled
That's
retarded
right.
children. All the proceeds are going to the retarded children,
Right.
and that's something that we should all be grateful for, and shows you shows you just how great that the promotion is here when they're thinking of the community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, very
And
good. Good point.
I think, yes, it is a good point because I said it.
All right, here's Taylor into the ropes, and Miller has got him right where he wants him. Sets him up for that fist hard right into the midsection.
Oh, good roll.
Well, he was going to toss him high to the air. Taylor saw that one coming, and it was a good counter.
Miller, you mean. Now notice the way the knee's right in the face there. Good thinking, gives you more leverage on the arm.
This young man's so quick. He's
Very
fast, he's very quick, got a good, strong body on him.
Yes.
He's going to go a long, long way.
Yes, sir, but let's compare this. Now, these guys are doing some great wrestling. You got to cover him, Miller. Cover him. Go for the cover right now. See, you're thinking now. Oh, almost. But now let's compare this to if we had, for instance, maybe a Valiant and a Koloff in there.
And Ivan Koloff. Hey, I tell you.
Now, you're not talking about beautiful wrestling moves. You're talking about a couple guys out there that are trying to eat some filet mignon, Jack. You're talking about a couple guys out there, pheasant under glass. You're talking about blood. No, you're not talking. All I'm saying, not to get too excited about it, all I'm saying is I think it would be a very dangerous thing. Austin Idol.
Yeah, here's
Put
Idol
those
again.
guys together.
All right, Idol now for several weeks has been doing this. All of a sudden he shows up right at ringside with that camera of his and takes film of these matches. And again, he says that he's going to do this, he's going to study this, and from what we understand, Roddy, he's going to pick out everybody's flaws. He's going to be able to defeat everybody just by watching what they do.
You know,
He's got a lot of confidence in it, I'll say that for him.
You know, I think it's brilliant thinking on my own part, but we can just guesstimate what Austin is doing. I don't know whether he's just trying to intimidate or whether he's sitting at home studying films. I don't really know what he is doing. In any case, it really shows you how far wrestling's come. What a slam. What a slam by Miller there. Got the right, did you see that?
Right across the nose. And again, he had him for the counter too, but he didn't hook that leg, did he?
There you go, Mr.
That's
Connell.
right.
You've been listening to me. The Roddy Piper school, you gotta hook the leg. Now he goes for a front face lock. Very good, but bring him down to the mat. All your weight, pancake out now, Miller. Look at Austin Idol coming around here now. Always in the view of those other wrestlers, is he not?
Well, just as Taylor was about to gain the upper hand, Miller with that knee into the midsection now with Taylor into the corner.
But you know, Austin Idol is not only filming people that he's been fighting, he's filming people like Sergeant Slaughter, Ivan Koloff, Ole Anderson. Sergeant Slaughter and Ole Anderson as a tag.
I gotta ask
thinking.
you this. What about Ric Flair now and Jake Roberts? What about that?
Ric Flair and who?
Jake Roberts. What about
And
that?
Jake Roberts. You see, they figured they got, oh, nice flying. Miracle for cover. No leg. Doggone you. Don't you listen to me. You're stupid if you don't listen to me, I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, they think they got the perfect combination, Jake Roberts and Ric Flair. Because Ric Flair is a tremendous wrestler, obviously, not quite as good as me, because I'm the one who beat him last for the U.S. title. He won't fight it. In any case, Ric Flair is a tremendous wrestler. Jake Roberts has all the speed in the world. Together, they feel that they're opposites and have the perfect combination. But you know, Mr. Cottle, you know what their mistake is? They are not training to fight people 40 and 50 pounds, 6 inches taller than them. That's the mistake they're making, and they're going to get hurt, I'm telling you.
Oh, I don't know. I think that Sergeant Slaughter and Ole Anderson are in bad, bad trouble now. I think they've gone just a little bit too far.
You think they've gone too far?
Absolutely.
I think they'll go too far when they meet him. Unfortunately for Flair. No! Miller hanging on there. Miller's really coming along here, too. Got this Terry in trouble.
Oh, what a hitter with that kick right into the chest as he was flying off of the ropes.
Did you notice Austin come right in on there when that happened? I wonder what Ido's feeling.
Well, he got an eye on that camera. Back toss, high to the air. Yeah, it's Taylor.
Good officiating. Taylor did have a handful of hair. The referee made him break it immediately. Oh, there he goes for his grapevine. See if he goes into the pin. Yes!
Yes, he did.
He's got it.
Beautiful move right there on the part of Terry Taylor against Big Mike Miller. As you say, he got him in that stretch and that grapevine, went right into the pin out of that. Watch it again in slow motion, Roddy.
Now, you see, this could be something that Austin Idol will treasure on that film, because if he has to fight Terry Taylor, this may be a move that he may be looking for counters for. We don't exactly know what he's doing, but in any case, a beautiful. Now he's learned and been strong enough to not only boost the opponent's body, but his own body up in the air. That move is really becoming devastating. There you go for a 3. Ah, very nice. Almost as nice as I could do it.
Fans, don't forget now to write this address you see on your screen down. Jim Crockett Promotions Incorporated, that's 421 Briar Bend Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28209. You see it on your screen, write it down. If you will, and if you will send to that address a self-addressed stamped envelope, in return, we will send you one of these beautiful Mid-Atlantic Championship bumper stickers. It's a present that you'll be glad to give anyone, and it's one you'd want to keep for yourself. So a self-addressed stamped envelope to bumper sticker, Jim Crockett Promotions Incorporated, 421 Briar Bend Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28209. Self-addressed stamped envelope. In the return mail, you'll receive one of these attractive bumper stickers. You fans in Lansing, Michigan, a big program at Lansing Civic Center coming up on Wednesday, May 5th at 8:15. Buzz Sawyer versus Ray Stevens, Michael Hayes meeting Ron Bass, tag team action, Ole Anderson and Big Stan Hansen against Bob Armstrong and Kevin Sullivan. The Superstar meeting Tommy Rich, Roddy Piper meeting the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
The American Dream. America. You must be proud, Lansing, Michigan, of the American Dream. Such nice blonde hair. Too bad he had to go and dye the roots black like that. Great big man, former heavyweight champion of the world. You see, though, that's the difference between you and me, because I ain't never been former nothing. You see, I am present day. I am Roddy Piper, 27 years old, Lansing, Michigan. I am Roddy Piper, 232 pounds, a wrestler that they couldn't find nobody in the whole wide world to wrestle me. What would you say? Fear, would you say? Would you say hello? Yeah, hello? No, nothing. Not fear. You know what it is? It's they don't want to bring an end to their career. Mr. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes. Funny thing, Dusty Rhodes. When we signed the contract, you were yelling and screaming because there was all kinds of people between us. But then again, we got alone, didn't we, for a second in the hallway? And when we got alone, boom, into the can you went. Back into the washroom where I couldn't find you. Is that fear of Roddy Piper? Is it because nobody? I'll tell you what, Dusty Rhodes. You come to Lansing, Michigan, and then the last thing we'll see about you is you going down Dusty Rhodes.
All right, fans. Sergeant Slaughter's privates, Jim Nelson, Don Kernodle now in tag team action against Tony Anthony and Vinny Valentino. It's Valentino and Don Kernodle who start. And these two guys, these privates of Slaughter's, Nelson and Kernodle, have really come on in recent months. And you talk about a vicious young team, they are that. They have learned a lot from Slaughter. He's taught them a lot, and they learned their lessons very well. Just watch Jim Nelson go to work now on Vinny Valentino. And I'm sure Roddy Piper will agree that if anybody has ever learned it and learned it well, these two men did from Sergeant Slaughter.
Can you believe how much these two men have improved?
Absolutely not. Look at Kernodle.
What an elbow. Yeah, when they put these two, you know, sometimes tag teams, they work Sometimes you've got to work at them to make them work. Sometimes they're a natural. Here you got a couple of fellas that are just a natural. They're thinking alike. They're working alike. They're really, really, really thinking good. A tribute to Sergeant Slaughter.
I was going to say they got Slaughter right back there behind them, showing them, telling them, and just, you know, helping them out in every way possible.
Absolutely.
Jim Nelson back in Valentino trying to get to his corner, trying to get over to Anthony for a tag. He's been in since the opening of the match, and he's taken quite a bit of punishment. And he made a tag. Here will come, but look at Nelson now. He's ready for him. He's charging after him. And goes right back to the tag. They worked very, very well as a tag team.
You see, now, here's a couple of guys also. Ricky Steamboat and boy, that kid, did he get hurt? Good thinking on the part of Canoodle. Here's a couple of tribute a little bit to Steamboat and guys like Youngblood because Sergeant Slaughter's been helping tags. Steamboat thinks, well, he's going to go in, throw in his Superman, go for the pin. Almost.
I don't see how he was able to kick out of that. He got the knee into the back a couple of times, slammed across the knee of Nelson. Here's Nelson now going to drape him across the rope.
So you see what's happened is guys like Steamboat and Youngblood, they've taken it upon themselves to try to help out some tag teams of their own.
And just how vicious they've gotten. They're really rough and tough in that ring.
Absolutely.
Nelson now with that chin hole and with that knee into the back, he has really now got the pressure to Anthony. This young man has taken a tremendous amount of punishment.
Yeah,
and it's all just in a matter of moments.
That's Steamboat's tutoring is what that is. That's Steamboat's tutoring, Youngblood's tutoring. You know, they go in, put on their Superman costume, Steamboat, Youngblood, right? Run out, they're going to save the world because Sergeant Slaughter's got a fantastic team. They figure they got to help them. Why don't they mind their own business, these guys?
Well, the count of two, and again, Anthony almost pinned by Kernodle.
Oh, what a drop kick.
And again, Kernodle has got him covered, but again, he manages to kick out just right at the last second.
You know, you can see where the Steamboats and the Youngbloods have been helping these guys because they really come along, find a roll, really giving these guys the battle. But what a perfect move that was on Sergeant Slaughter's team's part there. The privates are working in just perfect timing.
They continue to work on the back now of Anthony and holding him right there is Nelson, and again Nelson went for the pin, and again he can't keep him. Only a count of two.
Yes, only a count of two. Talking about Jake the Snake and that knee he's got. Yes, he's been knocking people out left and right with knees. I wonder if he could do that to me. No.
Oh, are you saying? Oh, you're saying he could not do that with you?
Let me try. Are your ears working? No, he could not do that to me. Then again, that's why nobody will fight me. But they're scared. I don't blame them. I can't even get a fight anymore. Nobody wants to fight me. It makes their legs tremble the thought of me. Man.
All right, Anthony made it.
What a fight that kid made to get to that corner.
And not only that, he was holding Nelson in that corner. And this gave Valentino the chance to get on track.
Oh, look at him go. He's going for a rally. Go for the pin now. Go for the pin now while you're fresh.
Vinny Valentino with Nelson off the rope in the elbow.
He's got him. Grab the leg. 1, 2. Good thinking, Valentino. But God,
yeah, but Nelson's right there and just reaches back for the tag. Here's Kernodle now.
I thought that was Sargent there for a second. Beautiful. I've never seen him move like that.
Only a count of two, and again, Kernodle couldn't hold him. It was just a running, flying tackle by Kernodle. He came charging right at Valentino and just dove right into him.
Beautiful. It's making it so much more intense. Everybody's getting
double elbow.
Involved. Steamers, Youngblood, Roberts, all tutoring these young fellas because they're hot at what Sergeant Slaughter is doing. Ivan Koloff, everybody's getting so excited. Well, let me tell you something. Something's going to blow the lid here. Look at the way he's got that hold on there. Look at the way he's got that hold on there. Is that not poetry in motion? Oh.
And Kernodle and Nelson, another thing you got to say for them in the way they wrestle and the way they go at it in that ring. It's almost like they just have no fear for themselves. They just go in all out.
Yeah, they have no regard for their.
And not only right. their own body. They're not a bit afraid of what might happen to them or what they're going to do to themselves. They're just wild, like a couple of wild men in there.
But if you're gonna make it, can't think about yourself. You must sacrifice everything you got like I have. That's why I'm the best, because I have no regard for my body or anybody's body. But they made the tag again.
Yes, sir. Valentino backed him to the corner, going to hold him there for Tony Anthony. And this time, Don Canodal.
Beautiful. Valentino should have got in a few shots before he got out there. Help us watch. Nice backdrop.
High to the air with that backdrop. Goes Canodal.
Now,
When he comes up fighting.
Look at the pace these young men are keeping. You at home, I tell you something. These guys have been going how long? Where's the clock? I can't tell. These guys
Well, they've been going several minutes.
Several. You guys you just jump up and down in the air
Can't do
for
it.
3-4
Can't do
minutes.
it.
They couldn't even do that. These guys are in tremendous shape. Whoa.
2, 3.
Good tag. Look at that
Canodal
straight.
looks like it's going to be a running, driving slam right here.
Now, if I was Valentino, I would have there already. Go
Oh,
in.
and Canodal didn't pin him. He lifted him up. He lifted him off of the mat.
These guys don't have the aggression I do. That's what's wrong. They don't have that.
He sets him up to clothesline him off of that top rope. As Canodal holds him high in the air, Nelson clotheslines him, comes in, covers him, and hooks that leg. And at that point, no way is anybody going to get up from that, Roddy Piper.
And you know that's the tutelage of Sergeant Slaughter there. Absolutely perfectly executed. Let's see, can we get that again?
This is where Canodal, and you watch it in slow motion here, he made the tag to Nelson, all legal.
Certainly.
He
Now you
held
got
him high into the
1,001,
air. Watch Nelson
1,002,
high
1,000.
off of that rope with
Beautiful.
that clothesline.
Boy.
And it's all over at this point right here with our winners, Jim Nelson, Don Canodal.
Did he
And
grab
we'll
the
be back. We'll have more action right after we go time out.
Hardly.
You know, it used to be where you signed a match. Now you got to go out and chase these guys down. You got to go hunting for them. Well, you got Nelson and Canodal. And you got Slaughter teaching them everything he knows. And if you watch that last match with them folks, that clothesline off the top, I don't see how that can be right. But it doesn't matter. If you want to make it in tag matches, if you want to make it in 6-man tag matches, it don't matter, Slaughter. Just bring them all out here and let's get this thing going. Let's get it over with. Let's get you out of here or get me gone, because I can't live with it. When I first started professional wrestling, I enjoyed it. Well, I tell you, I'm not going to enjoy it again till I get rid of the likes of you, Slaughter. And if it means bringing the likes of Ric Flair back, not with the title. Put that title aside and let's take care of some business. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Or if it means bringing Wahoo or Andre the Giant or Dusty Rhodes or the Briscoes, it don't matter who we're going to have to bring in here. But one thing's for sure, we're going to get business taken care of. So, Slaughter, anytime you get in that ring with me or anytime I'm around, be careful, because I'm going to be at your back. Because that's what you do, my man. You're at somebody's back all the time. And before you grab a hold of me, I want to ask you one thing. How much snake can you handle, brother? Because I'm coming at you.
All right, fans, you're looking right there at David Patterson. Across the ring, his opponent is Jake the Snake Roberts and Roddy Piper. Of course, we heard Sergeant Slaughter talking about Jake Roberts, and Jake Roberts with that tremendous knee lift of his, and he can just send his opponent right into next week with that. And of course, Sergeant Slaughter says that he can handle that. He says that Roberts can't do that with him.
Well, actually,
Nobody uses the knee lift, though, like
not like
Jake
Roberts.
Roberts.
Oh, what a right cross by Roberts. You see, what you're talking about here. Now, I'd like to see what he can do against David Patterson. David Patterson is no slouch in anybody's category. And I'd just like to see, you know, he's been using that knee lift a lot, but he uses it well because he's so fast. But what you're talking about now is maybe Sergeant Slaughter, 305 pounds. Maybe you're talking about Ole Anderson, 250 pounds. Maybe you're talking about somebody a little heavier. Do you understand what I'm getting at, Mr. Cottle? Somebody takes just a little more to knock off their feet now. Yes, big difference. Now you're catching on.
That Sergeant Slaughter is a big man, and it takes a tremendous blow, and would take a tremendous blow to get him off his feet.
Absolutely, but I'm not taking nothing away from the Snake. The Snake is extremely fast. Next to me, he's the fastest wrestler I know.
Next to you, he's the fastest one you know.
Well, you find that funny? I don't find that funny. Do you really believe that he's faster than I am? People have watched me
I
fight
was going
for
to
years.
say right off the top of my head, I was going to try to name 4 or 5 that
Well,
may be
just name
faster
some.
than you.
Oh, wow! Good arm drag. Name one.
I thought Terry Taylor probably might be faster than you. I think Ric Flair may be faster than you. I think Rick Steamboat may be faster than you. I could go on and on
But
with
you
that.
know, Mr. Cottle, you're very good, exactly right, and that's why you talk for a living instead of fight.
No, I'm a coward. That's the reason I talk for a living instead of
I'm
fight.
Not at all.
All right, Roberts now still with that arm as Patterson, for a moment, he just about had his shoulders on the mat. He was in danger of even getting counted out.
But here's a situation now where Patterson may be just waiting the Snake out a little bit here. But what the problem is with the Snake, you can't fight him that way. You can't fight the Snake and try to wear his stamina down because he's got himself only. Here, look, what the heck?
Oh, and here comes the private. Sergeant Slaughter's private. Now, what are they doing? Here's Slaughter. What are they all doing in there? They shouldn't even be in there. Slaughter's in the ring. The privates are in the ring. Gernodle, Nelson, they're stomping and they're kicking away now. Here comes Johnny Weaver. Here comes Ray Stevens. Here comes Blackjack Mulligan Jr. There goes the privates, and there goes Slaughter running after Johnny Weaver, and everybody had to get in to help and to defend Jake the Snake Roberts. Fans right here, and this is where it all happened. As you watch it in slow motion, here you see Gernodle and Nelson coming into the ring. Roberts saw him, turned around, but at that point it was like 3 against 1. Sergeant Slaughter came into the ring, and had it not been for his friends and had not been for his help, it could have been lights out right there for Jake Roberts.
Fans, please notice the address you see on your TV screen. Write that address down. Bumper sticker. Jim Crockett Promotions Incorporated, 421 Briar Bend Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28209. Write that down and send a self-addressed stamped envelope to that address, and we in return will send you at no cost one of these real attractive Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling bumper stickers. It will make a nice present for anyone in the family, or it will be a keepsake for you yourself. Bumper sticker, Jim Crockett Promotions Incorporated, 421 Briar Bend Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28209. Include a self-addressed stamped envelope, and in return mail, we'll send you one of these attractive bumper stickers. Attention, you fans in Lansing, Michigan, a big program at Lansing Civic Center. Wrestling coming there on Wednesday, May 5th at 8:15, and listen to these stars. You're going to see Michael Hayes versus Ron Bass. Tag team action, Ole Anderson and Big Stan Hansen against Bob Armstrong and Kevin Sullivan. Superstar meeting Tommy Rich. Rowdy Roddy Piper taking on the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And Buzz Sawyer goes against Ray Stevens. Ray, that's an all-star program.
Well, I tell you, Bill, everybody on this card is a superstar. There's probably not one match here that couldn't be a main event in Madison Square Garden. You got Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, going up against Roddy Piper, probably the most controversial man in professional wrestling today. Then you've got the superstar against Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich is a superstar in his own right. And then naturally the masked superstar is a big, mean, rugged individual. And then naturally I've got Buzz Sawyer, a young wrestler who's made quite a reputation for himself. Very mean type wrestler. Well, that's just the kind of wrestling that I like to do. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to coming back to Lansing, Michigan. It's been a long time since I've been there. But I'll guarantee you this is one of the greatest cards that I've ever seen put together. And it's going to be a privilege for me to be on this thing. And I'm sure that the people in Michigan are looking forward to seeing the superstars of Channel 17 coming in their area, too.
Ray, let's remind them once again now, that's going to be a big program at the Lansing Civic Center, Wednesday, May 5th at 8:15. It's kind of wrestling that you'll see when NWA Wrestling is in your community. Don't miss it.
All right, fans, tag team action right here. Ole Anderson, Stan Hansen, what a big I tell you, I don't even know that I have words to describe this team, Roddy Piper.
Oh, very, very, very vicious team. Notice how Anderson comes in low all the time. Notice locking up. He keeps pushing him off. Trying to go behind. Very good. Realizes where he is. Gets into the rope. Kaniski's got a headlock on him. What does Anderson do? Gets in and tags.
Okay, and you're talking about Kaniski. Kelly Kaniski, who comes from a great line of wrestlers, does Kelly Kaniski.
Absolutely. Of course, his father, extremely famous, former world champion, Gene Kaniski.
Right.
Son coming along behind. Oh, look at that. Look at how vicious he is.
With that knee right in the throat, and he's just grinding it in as he's got him on the mat.
People say, well, why can they get away with that? You got a 5 count to break in there, and he's doing it in 3s and 4s. You can get away with that. That's professional. Now we're talking money. We're not going for medal. Look at how strong Kaniski is.
Picks up Ole Anderson, slams him into the mat. The elbow drop makes the tag. Mike Davis now quickly in, and Kaniski taking a little leaf right out of the book of Anderson by holding him right there for his partner.
You've got to do that. You've got to learn. You've got to watch the best wrestlers in the world. Like you've got to watch Roddy Piper and figure out what they're doing wrong.
And Ole Anderson, after making that tag, he just charged across the ring to hold Mike Davis. We also want to make a comment right here that Gene Anderson, Ole Anderson's brother, Gene Anderson, right outside the ring.
And I want you to notice what happened there. There was so much confusion. They say they blame officials a lot of times. There's
Austin Idol back in.
Whoa, what an elbow by Hansen. Oh! Very good, very good. I love it. You know, officials, they blame officials a lot of time in all sports. They had a position there where there was 4 men in the ring. The official's doing the best he can. He cannot catch everything that happens. So much is happening so fast. The officialing is tremendous. It's just impossible, inhuman to catch everything, man. Look at the hold now, Anderson. Look at Austin Idol. Can they get a shot of Austin Idol?
He's right on top of the action with that camera of his. He's filming every bit of it.
He's got a tremendous camera crew here at 236.
Look at Ole just pulling on the hair, Mike. Like he was going to pull his hair right out by the roots.
Oh, yes, but isn't that great? Oh, talk about scare him. Oh.
What a team and what a combination this is, Stan Hansen and Ole Anderson. Also, you got to think about this. Put Sergeant Slaughter. Put him in the corner with Ole Anderson. What have you got there, Roddy Piper?
Oh man, you got wrestling like you have never seen before. You got tons of flesh, 10 more pounds, man, and this guy's gonna need a license plate, this Hansen here. You got tenacious wrestlers here, man. Listen to those people. Yeah, they're cheering them on. Cheering ain't gonna do no good, man. It's fighting that's gonna get it done. And of course, Gene Anderson in the corner. The brains right there in the corner, you can tell. He's the one with the master plan.
And the double elbow as Davis comes off of the rope hard, right into that double elbow smash. Oh! Look at Ole Anderson quickly right back on top.
Fast tags, fresh man. Ole Anderson going over, making sure Kaniski's not coming in. Very good. Wow!
What a clothesline by Hansen.
If he gets up from that
He's
kid's
not.
up.
No way. He almost lost his head with that clothesline.
Carry that kid out. What a team. Tremendous team. Anderson, Hansen, Slaughter, Anderson, they're all tremendous teams. They've got something that nobody else has. Just take a look at it. You want to talk about headhunting. You want to talk about 305 pounds just running at you as fast as they can. There's freight trainitis right there, brother. You watch this. A boom ball. Makes me excited. And what do you got? You got a cover for a nice 1, 2, 3. And notice Hansen grabbing the leg. 1. Yes, so easy.
Fans right here, Austin Idol, still with that camera. Austin, we're still getting a lot of comments about
Sure, you're
that.
getting a lot of comments, and I bet you a lot of the comments you're getting are from the wrestlers in this area.
right.
True or false? Sure, it's true. And I know one wrestler in particular I'm talking about who's commenting a great deal about this camera, who's commenting a great deal about Austin Idol, saying, why is Austin Idol at ringside? He's not allowed to. There's no reason he should be there. It's not legal. When it is legal, I'm within my rights, and I'm talking about Rick Steamboat. And I'm talking this Steamboat. I've got it all right here, Jackson, on this Canon 8mm right here. And believe you me, this is what's going to cost you defeat at the hands of the Idol.
All right, and here is Ivan Kula. Ivan, that's
know,
Jimmy Valiant. He's
this is
ready for
right.
you.
It's crazy, man. Valiant. You know, Valiant, it's not too late for you. Not too late for you to tear up the contract. Notify the promoter that you're sick or something, that you can't make it. because that'll be the best thing for you, Valiant, to back out of this. You're going to get hurt, Valiant. You stick your nose in my business time and time again. I don't like it. I don't like the idea that you're challenging me for my TV belt. You don't know how much this means to Koloff. But you're going to find out, and it's going to be at your expense, American. You may be ending up out of wrestling for good.
All right, fans, and right here, Ole Anderson, of course, Stan Hansen, Gene Anderson.
You know, we told that Roberts that he ought to be a little bit smarter and show some sense and get out while he's got a chance. Roberts, they say he might be all right. Maybe he's going to make it, but I'll tell you what, he's going to remember. He's going to remember for a long time that nut that he's got on the back of his head. When he gets here, or Rhodes, or the Briscoes. You know, Jack Briscoe, big star, former world champion. Why, we are just worried sick that Jack Briscoe might take that U.S. title. We're just worried that Jack and Jerry might take those world titles. I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody's worried. I don't see Gene nervous. I don't see Hansen. Are you nervous, Stan?
I'm not nervous about nobody, especially people like this guy just stomped all over the ring. Jack and Jerry Briscoe, Dusty Rhodes. What's this Ray Stevens, Steamboat? It doesn't make no difference, boy. I'll take them all on and I'll kick everybody's butt. I'm the man from Texas, not Mulligan, not all these Jake Roberts, just me, the eyes of Texas.
See you next week, fans, and until then, so long for now.